It seems the tables have turned.
Teenage savages go wild in a juvenile jungle of lust and lawlessness.
It seems the tables have turned again.
If Elvis and Buddy Holly are the Cain and Abel of rock and roll, and Bruce Springsteen is Zachariah, Iggy Pop is Methuselah, and of course Neil Young is the wise prophet Ezekiel.
Hey, Scott! I'm on drugs! I've had my head under a petticoat or two.
Quick, man! Cling tenaciously to my buttocks!
Both of them?
Damn truckers.
Oh, it ain't always easy doing Mother Nature's work.
They see us on stage with tight trousers. We've got, armadillos in our trousers. I mean, it's really quite frightening, the size.
In the words of AC/DC, we roll tonight to the guitar bite. And for those about to rock, I salute you.
It has begun!
Welcome back, ladies and gentle dudes, to another episode of the Turning the Tables podcast.
Yep, we took a week off.
We're back from our Thanksgiving break, man. Feels great.
Yeah, it does feel great. It did feel good to take a load off for a minute.
These old eggs haven't
podcasted in a long 15 now?
16.
16, you're listening to episode 16.
And,
great.
You know,
we made it to 16.
And also, it's your birthday.
Sweet 16, man.
It's your birthday podcast, bud.
Yeah, it is.
It's your sweet 16 birthday podcast, pal.
Awesome. That feels
happy
so
birthday,
good.
buddy.
Thanks, man.
I love you, pal.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
All right. Well, this is a good one, man, because Fleetwood Mac Rumors.
Oh, classic.
Fucking. If you don't love that album, listen. I'm gonna
One of the best rock
I'm gonna find
albums of
you,
all
brother.
time.
If you don't listen to Fleetwood Mac Rumors, I'm gonna hunt you down. And yeah.
So we had a good time recording it. So hopefully you guys like it.
Yeah. Hopefully you have a good time listening. And without further ado, I think we should just drop the needle.
Let's do it. Dude, so I almost got my ass beat the other day, yesterday, at the gas station down the street.
Did you? How did that happen?
Dude, it's fucked up. Well, I don't know. So I'm at the gas station. I'm going to the gas station before work.
Yeah.
Because I always do. Get a few things and.
Same thing, man.
Yeah.
Gotta stop by there.
Yeah.
Keeps you alive.
It was kind of rush hour too, so it was a little busy.
Yeah.
And so there was somewhat of a line, and this.
All right. So setting crowded gas station.
Yes.
In line.
Yes.
Okay.
And so I'm standing there, and there's a guy with like 5 of his friends.
Okay.
Well, probably 4 of them. So 5 total.
All right.
And, fuck, what was I gonna say? Fucking this up.
You're gonna tell me how the guy got. Oh yeah. You almost got your ass beat.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. And he's buying like his entire group of friends like just a bunch of gas station food.
Yeah.
And so she swipes his card gets declined.
Okay.
So he just kind of gets upset about it, and it's
Starts throwing a fit.
like being pissed that his card got declined.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, she's like, sorry,
Can I stop you there? I want to ask you, and there's no real reason for me to ask this, but I'm sure it's not going to affect the story. But can we get a racial profile of the guy?
Oh, it's just
ethnicity.
It was 5 moderately sized black men.
Oh, black guys.
Yeah.
You know what? It sounds racist because I asked. I thought you were going to actually describe white men. But anyway. Well, go on. So there's African-American gentlemen upset about their cards.
Yeah, and so he's just upset. And, there's a line. So everybody's like, oh, dude, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
And
get to work, for Christ's sake.
Yeah. Then he's like, do you guys cash checks? She's like, no, we don't cash
we're
checks.
A fucking
and he
gas
fucking
station.
loses his shit. Fucking starts swearing at, and this is a little fucking girl at the counter.
Yeah.
And starts swearing at her, calling her fucking racist and shit. And I'm just like, this is going on. And I'm like, kind of looking around saying, I'm thinking to myself, is anybody gonna fucking stop this?
Yeah.
And finally, I'm just like, dude, she's not being racist. You're just being an asshole.
Yeah, dude.
Just fucking stop. And the whole fucking place just like goes quiet. And I'm
Dude.
like, motherfucker.
Isn't it weird when you find yourself in a situation where you see someone being a total sack of shit, and you look around like, dude, there's got to be a bigger, better guy here who's gonna be like, dude, shut the fuck up, you sack of shit.
I know.
And you look around and no one's doing it, so then you have to. You're like, dude,
And then at that point, the whole place went silent, and this guy, you know, the guy that was buying food for everybody, you know, just walks up to me and just says some shit. And he's like, "You want to go outside?" And he's like, fucking just looking me up and down and shit,
Yeah.
and, like sizing me up and shit. And it's
Yeah.
like, I'm a pretty big guy, but I would have got my ass fucking beat.
Really?
So I'm peeing a little bit. So I'm scared.
So this guy was pretty big.
He was a pretty big guy, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But there was 5 of them.
Yeah, plus there's 5 of them.
Yeah.
So,
It would have been a bloodbath.
dude, fuck that.
And so I'm fucking scared. I'm like, no, I don't want to fight you. You're just being an asshole to this woman.
yeah.
You know, there's no reason for that. There's a gas station. There's a liquor store right across the street.
Yeah.
Go cash your check, man.
Yeah, go fucking yeah.
You know, and then I don't know, he's saying some shit to me, and then someone's like, "I'm gonna call the cops."
and then he's like, shit, and he ran the fuck out of there.
Right when someone said that, a cop actually pulled up because cops come into that gas station all the fucking time. And, you know, he didn't have his lights on or
Robocop.
anything. He didn't know what the fuck was happening, and as soon as they saw that, they just fucked off.
Yeah, dude. Of course they would.
Yeah.
They're like,
And dude, I fucking dodged a bullet.
dude, maybe even
It's
a real
scary.
bullet.
It's scary, man.
Dude, that's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you made it through it unscathed.
Yeah, I was like, because I'm supposed to go out to dinner with someone tonight. I'm like, I really don't want to have to cancel dinner because I don't have any teeth to chew it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, motherfucker.
You'll have to pick me up in a wheelchair-accessible car.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you have any dentures on hand?
do you mind changing a grown man's diaper? Oh, that would have put it.
You're gonna have to chew my food for me,
Yeah.
and
Feed
then
me like a baby bird.
feed it intravenously into
Yeah.
my arm.
Blend my dinner. Yeah.
Seriously, that's what I would have not had.
Dude, can I? Let me ask you a thing. If you when you start dating a chick and you're just first starting to date them, and you know you're like just getting to know who each other are, and then you find out they're like they smoke weed, and so they're comfortable with you getting stoned, and you don't have to worry about that, and you're like, oh dude, fucking relief.
Oh,
but
for
then
sure.
you start smoking together, and you just get all like weird and like fuck. You do the thing where it's like when you smoke, you're like overly.
Oh, you
like,
overthink everything.
Yeah, you're overly critical of everything that you say, and you're
Yeah.
like, it might just be my own.
No, I'm just
paranoia
saying. I think
and
everybody
anxiety,
gets
but-
that way when they get really stoned.
Really?
You know what I mean?
Maybe
for
it's 'cause
sure. I do the same shit. I'm always like overly critical about everything that I do, anyways.
Yeah.
So,
but maybe it's just like
I'm
that
always
I don't.
overthinking shit.
There is like no middle ground for me. Like I can't just like get stoned a little bit. You know, I just
Yeah, exactly.
like, if I start to, I'm just gonna just wreck myself on
Yeah.
how high I am.
Yeah,
So
for
every
sure.
time, it's like basically every time I smoke, I'm just like out of my fucking mind trying to.
But it's totally cool because we did, and she was totally wrecked too. So I was like, we were both on the same level.
Yeah.
I was like, awesome.
Oh yeah, it's good when you're both just like too stoned to function. So you
Yeah.
just. I think that's the happy medium. Maybe you're right.
That's what you have to do, man.
Or I need to do is just learn to like take 1 or 2 hits of something, not
Yeah.
like 50
Well, now it's to the
bongfuls
point
to the
where
face.
it's like, it doesn't kick in instantly. So you take 1, and you're like, that's not going to be enough. And then you take 3, and pretty soon you're just.
and then it
you're
creeps
destroyed.
up on you, and you're just.
You're like,
wrecked.
well, cancel all my plans for the rest of the day. I'm not
Yeah.
doing shit.
You know what? You talk for the rest of this outing. I'll just shake my head like, oh yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. So what are we listening to, man?
Oh, dude, we got Rumors by Fleetwood Mac. It's a classic, man. I like doing the classics now and then.
This is honestly, this would be in my top, close to number 1, 5 rock albums classic rock albums to ever exist.
Similar to you, that's where Stevie Nicks goes on my musicians I want to fuck list, pretty much.
She's
Right-
up there,
right
oh,
near
for
the
sure.
peak of the mountain.
Who's at the peak?
Oh,
Who's at the top?
that's
of
a
Mount
rough.
Everest?
Because we were talking about this the other day, how like recently in our lives, I think both of us, it's been weird how like, more than ever, female musicians are like the thing that's appealing to you.
I just love women. You know
Well,
what
yeah,
I mean?
I know.
It's just like everything they do is just like so fucking.
It's like I
beautiful,
want to
you know
look
what I
at
mean?
them and I want to see them naked so bad.
Yeah.
And it's like, but it's like at the same time, it's like that. I'm not trying. Like I don't feel like that makes me a piece of garbage because I think it's like dude, when it's like a woman's body is the greatest piece of art there could ever be created, and you just want to look at it. You're like, that's, you know,
It's true. That is 100% true, man.
So I don't know who I'd put at the peak of my musician list.
Yeah, I'd have to dwell on that for a while.
I know you always had a thing for Gwen Stefani.
Oh
whereas
yeah,
me as well.
She's up there.
I
sure.
loved their music when I was younger. Not so much now. It's like I don't even really like.
I still like their old stuff. I
don't know. It's okay. I mean, I don't know. I never was like super into her. Like, I know a lot of guys that are like, oh, Gwen Stefani, man. But I'm just like, she's just like kind of skinny and like, man, looks kind of plain. I don't know.
Yeah, but she's like 40 something, but it's like she's a fucking.
Well, yeah, she's
vampire,
another one of those
you know what I mean?
women that just does not age.
Or she looks better with age.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. She aged. She's Benjamin Button.
Yeah, she kind of is.
Thing, man.
She kind of is. You know, I think sort of Jennifer Aniston sort of looks hotter as she gets older.
I disagree. I never thought she was pretty.
Really? I mean, I think she's pretty. I do.
I never thought she was that pretty, and I think
I don't know.
I don't like her in movies either, really.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't know. I mean,
Never thought
she one of those.
Courtney Cox was pretty until she went Mickey Rourke.
Yeah, she rocked it. Dude, that
why did
really
she do that?
That's
She was
fucking
beautiful.
heartbreaking.
She was fucking
every
beautiful
time.
too.
I feel like we talk about this kind of stuff a lot, but dude, I realize it's happening more than ever. Like all the plastic surgery, it's like it's heartbreaking in some cases.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like because I don't know. It's like we talked about. It's like when you look at yourself in the mirror, I don't think anybody sees you the same way that you see.
Oh,
you.
definitely not.
Because you're just picking out all your flaws.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then, dude, I don't know. I don't think you can correctly, fix a flaw in your face. You do something and it looks different, but it doesn't look right ever. Almost to me.
Never.
Hardly ever, at least.
It just they're getting better at it, but it's like a lot of people. It's just they just might need a little something, and then people just go and just fuck their whole face.
Dude, I was thinking about this the other day. How like, well, you told me you were like the other day. You're like, oh, I just saw the most brutal death I've ever seen in a movie. You know?
It was.
And I was like, no way, man.
It was.
And like eventually you told me, and then you're like, dude, you're gonna feel awful. You're not gonna want to watch it. You know? And I'm like, well, now I have to watch this movie.
Dude, a guy got cut in half by his dick.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
All right.
It's not the most brutal thing you've ever seen.
Okay, it is. But at the same time, like when you said that, I was really like, oh shit, because this guy, I'm like, oh Josh, he watches a lot of shit online, like on Reddit of
I
like
really don't,
people
though.
dying and like.
I've seen videos and it's like a blurry.
But we
video
talk
of
all the
some guy-
time about how you're like desensitized to like death.
I guess I kind of am, but I don't go actively looking for it.
I know. I'm not saying that you do. I'm just saying you see that kind of stuff on a daily basis to the point where
wouldn't say daily.
we've talked about how it just like desensitizes your sense of violence and all that. So I thought in my head like I'm gonna see this and it's just gonna be brutal and I'll probably just want to just go kill myself after I watch it because it's the worst death ever.
I couldn't get through the Human Centipede too. Couldn't do it.
No, that's a totally different thing. I don't know. When in this, okay, so this
more
movie,
about
let's say this. The movie that you told me about was called Bone Tomahawk with Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Newer movie, which is
There's
actually a
lot of
fucking
people
great
in it.
movie.
It was really good,
And,
but it was brutal as fuck.
Yeah, great acting and brutal violence. But anyway, so basically that's the film, and I watched the scene, and it was brutal and horrible, and I was like, oh fuck, oh my god. But then afterwards, I didn't feel that bad because I knew in my head like that's fake and it's a movie. You know, it's different, which is like that made you feel like
get
that.
To me, it's like that was more real than any death video I've ever.
But that's what I'm saying is crazy to me because you show me stuff and I feel that way that you described. But then I watch that and I'm like, whoa, that was a crazy fucking movie scene, dude. Sweet. Not like when I watch the other thing, I'm like, that was a guy really dying, like human life being extinguished in front of my eyes. You know?
To me, it's I don't know. Maybe it's all the same to me. I don't know.
I mean, I'm just saying that's what surprised me about it is all. I mean, at the same
That's
time,
like, that it's like if you think about it, it's like that's pretty fucking impressive. That even in today's day and age,
that
you
did
can
look
make a movie
super
so
fucking real
violent
too.
that it just makes you feel shitty inside.
That was super fucking violent too, and it did look super real.
And how do you even practice that scene? Alright, we're gonna practice the scene where he cuts your scalp off, shoves it into your mouth, and then just hammers it in with a wooden spike.
And Kurt Russell, just make this face like you're seeing the worst thing you've ever seen and scream a lot. He's like, all right, I'll try it.
Oh, that was perfect. That was perfect. Can we do that again?
Yeah. dude. Okay,
A
so
little more emotion.
But I will say, like, here's the thing, guys. If you can go see that movie for sure, because it's fucking nuts. Because
It's on Amazon.
I will say that was probably like the most violent death I've ever seen in a movie, to like the point where I was like, holy fuck, man, that was nuts. And that's rare for me to say about a movie, like, because usually I'm like,
It was a good movie though.
violence in movies isn't that bad to me. It's like the real life deaths that really get me. You know.
But you know what made it good is because there was a character arc. You know what I mean? It's like you have this guy,
And it was
he's a
like
cripple, and it's like he ends up fucking becoming the hero.
And it was like a movie about like a journey through it.
Yeah.
Too, so it made it cool.
If you're not into violent movies, don't watch it because it's terrible.
Yeah.
But
it's
if you can handle that
basically-
kind of stuff and appreciate a good movie at the same time, watch it for sure.
It's just basically like these guys like desecrate like these. It's like sort of like an Indian burial ground, but it's like they're like natives of some. I don't know what.
They're just some crazy cannibal,
some crazy cannibal
offshoot of some natives, some Indians.
And so these dudes who like are like criminals or something desecrate this grave, walk into this town, and those things trace them to the town and just start killing people there. And like they take this one guy's wife, and so Kurt Russell and a band of dudes decide to go on like
an adventure,
a quest to find his wife, and like they keep running into these fucking things along the way.
Yeah.
It is a really good and well acted movie. Man.
Yeah.
And it's funny because
it was.
I had seen that movie, but I just thought to myself, Kurt Russell, and then I didn't watch it.
I was just browsing Reddit and someone's like, the worst death scene I've ever seen in a movie. I'm like,
oh, I gotta see it.
Yeah. And I watched it, and it was bad. It was bad.
It definitely is, like I said, the worst death scene. But
So, one of the things that's interesting to me about this record is just everything that went into it. You know what I mean? Just the emotions and just like the fucking the rivalry and just
dude, it's a tangled web they weave, man. And in fact, I just watched a documentary on this album before doing this podcast. I always like to bone up on a few things before doing the record, and I'm glad I watched that because it's fucking funny how it's like Fleetwood Mac started off in Britain as like a British band, and some guy who was the guitarist and singer of that band, I forget who it was now, but he basically didn't want stardom at all, didn't want fame, and he decided like, I'm gonna name the band after my rhythm section, so it leaves me completely anonymous. So that's why the band was called Fleetwood Mac, because it's Mick Fleetwood and then Chrissy Mac or whatever. Right. And anyway, so then that guy got into some weird cult and quit the band. And then they got another singer.
Name just stuck, huh?
Yeah, and then they got another singer-songwriter who also got into a weird cult and quit the band.
No way.
So two weird guys,
way.
two guys leaving for weird cults in one band. And then after that, you had all the relationships getting intertwined in the band, which makes this album fucking crazy because they're all like singing songs about themselves.
Such a great rock album, yeah.
That's what makes it such a great rock album.
Yep.
Man. It's just they tapped into something totally accidental.
Yeah, it was it was love, fucking hate.
After those two,
everything, man.
After those two guys left for the cult, Fleetwood Mac came to America and found basically Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham, who had their own record at that time called Buckingham Nicks that wasn't doing that well. They had like one hit or something.
Really?
So they were like semi-famous for a year. Those guys went there and met them,
and then they blew up.
Yeah,
in the rock history.
They basically heard his guitar playing.
Right. He is a very unique guitar player.
And they were like, we gotta have him. And they asked him to come. He's like, well, you gotta take my girlfriend, who's Stevie Nicks, man, at that time. And they're like, I don't know about that. And like, we already have a woman who sings and plays piano, who's,
right.
And they were like, well, we'll think about it. And then he's like, all right. And then basically they were just like, fucking fine. And they took her, but then they realized
Stevie Nicks,
they realized what an amazing singer and songwriter she was after that. Man.
Yeah.
And she really fucking is. And the thing that's funny that made for a rocky start to that band and made for this album to be so good is like they both joined the band where they were like things were really rocky between them and they were like about to break up and shit. Yeah. So it made it like
Stevie Nicks is she's an icon, man.
Yeah. Like she'll
she's like a lot of times she's doing backup, and the songs that she does sing lead, they're fucking amazing songs. But the songs that she sings backup in, it just like adds something to it.
Yeah, like that's the thing about them is like they had.
She's got like a really Janis Joplin-y voice, but it's like she's a way better singer.
Yeah, she definitely is because she can sing like soft and stuff too.
Yeah,
and then like Chrissy McVeigh, she's also got an interesting voice, but it's not that good to me or anything. Like, she's the other like singer in this band, but when it mixes with Stevie Nicks' voice, it's,
they just
and then
harmonize so well.
Lindsey Buckingham sings too, so it's like, holy shit! Like when all three of their voices are together, it's just a weird thing that no other band has, where that blend of voices like make one voice almost. That's like the greatest voice you've ever heard. You're like,
that's what very few that can harmonize that.
That's what God's singing voice sounds like. Yeah. Like if God does karaoke, it just sounds like all three Fleetwood Mac singers.
Simon and Garfunkel could do that really fucking well.
Yeah, their voices.
They're another one of the greats that they could fucking do that shit.
Yeah, you're right, man. There's a lot of bands that I'm thinking now their voices play off.
Yeah, they separated, and it's like, who gave a shit about any of them? It's like people just like them together.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. You have to be all part of the same thing, or it's like.
And it was also kind of mysterious because like a lot of people thought they kind of had like a gay thing going on.
Simon and Garfunkel?
Yeah.
Did they? I didn't even know if people thought that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, Paul Simon seems super gay to me, even now, as an old man.
I mean, they're both a little fruity. Yeah, it's like, that's okay, you know what I mean?
Well, they probably were gay. Let's just say it for the first time. Simon and Garfunkel probably, they fuck each other, man.
So, when you write songs, like, doesn't even have to be lyrics, just when you're writing music, what emotion is it that you find it's easiest to tap into? And, like, where do you think your songs come from? Do you think it's love, hate?
If I'm writing a song,
it's like, what is it? Anything in between?
If I'm writing a song,
yeah,
honestly, dude,
where do you think most of your songs
It's probably
come
the same thing. Same place. Anything creative for me comes from is probably like humor. Yeah. I'll probably like start to do something funny first, and then I'll take like the one thing that doesn't sound like it's about dicks there, and like expand it into like. That's the thing. It's like
that's true. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of songs are bullshit, and there is no meaning. But we make the meaning ourselves, like when we listen to them. Like they just came up with it like when they were fucking like making a can of soup or something, Like I don't know, what do you think yours is? Because you probably, there are people that do tap in and like make really emotional songs.
I don't know if I make a conscious effort to tap into any emotions in particular, But I think I write better music when when I'm happy about something. You know what I mean? When I'm in love, or when I think I'm in love, at least, or like
that's the thing. You would always think it would be the best.
You're just feeling good about yourself.
You would always think it would be the best, like when you're like at your bottom, like you're writing a badass depressing
song. It's very hard to write
isn't.
music when you're at your bottom like that. For me, at least. Other people can tap into it.
You can. It's probably even like easier to write like a good depressing song when you're happier.
Yeah. So.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Some people just really have a knack for tapping into just when they're really bummed out.
Yeah.
Elliott Smith, I feel like he was always bummed out.
Yeah, dude. Oh, we should talk about. Well, actually, let's take a break because we've reached the end of a side. So let's come back in a minute.
So, today's my birthday and all.
Yeah, happy birthday, buddy.
Thanks, man.
I hope it's a good one, but how's it going so far?
Good.
Is your dick hanging low?
Yeah, I would say it's got a good hang to it.
Really?
Yeah.
No, we don't all have a good hang, you know.
It's
so
just today. I don't know.
Yeah, today just seems to have a good hang.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man. You know,
Looked in the mirror this morning. I'm like, yeah, not bad.
you know that's the thing too. It's like I don't usually have a good hang, but if I do, I want like maybe just getting out of the shower, I'll have a pretty decent hang.
That's always when you have
And I'm
the
like,
best
I want to call the world and like, everyone, come quick, good hang, you know. Dude, it's funny because
I just picture you be like, Josh, check this out. Check this hang out.
and you look and it's just fucking.
I'm like, dude,
you're like,
nice.
whoa, man.
Nice.
I'm like, you have like that. It's almost a bone hang, you know,
Yeah.
but it's not. It's like the. Oh, dude, you know. I just thought. You know, it's funny because we're listening to Fleetwood Mac and when
This is like my favorite song.
when
Yeah,
Lindsay.
by the way.
When I was a kid, I would mow the grass for this lady who lived next door. She was like an older lady, probably like in her 50s at the time when I was a kid. I would say I was about 10 years old. And, you know, I would mow her lawn, and then I'd knock on her door, like either that day or the next day, and be like, you know, I mowed your lawn, and she'd give me $20. When I was like, fucking sweet deal.
Nice, yeah.
But this lady was like haggard as fuck looking, and obviously, I think probably on, I don't know if she was on drugs, but she was clearly a super like went hard at it alcoholic.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
she always had like a
that'll
couple.
tear you down, man.
She always had a couple different old dudes that would hang around, but the best one was a guy who looked exactly like Lindsey Buckingham, but when he had a beard and long hair. Now he doesn't have that anymore, but when he did, that's what the guy looked like. But I went over there one time after mowing the lawn, and she wasn't home, so I went, you know, the next day I went over there. And that guy was there. I knocked on the door, and he just flung the door wide open, and he was wearing only tighty whities.
Lindsey Buckingham only in his tidy whities?
Lindsey Buckingham in his tidy whities opens the door, and I'm short as a kid. You have to think, and he's a pretty tall dude. His hang is. His schlong's dangling right at eye level, and I'm like, holy fuck, dude! And as a kid, I had never seen a hang like that before. I remember being like, when I saw it, and it was just like hanging there like a raw roll of cookie dough, just heavy hang, dude.
Do you think it just made you self-conscious as growing up as an adult? Do you think it scarred your psyche?
No, probably not. I don't think so. I just remember as a kid being like, "Well, I don't know," and then like I grew up, I'm like, "Oh, all dicks grow into your
What
dick."
kind of fucking weirdo answers the door to a kid and fucking his tidy whities?
Well, I think the guy was drunk and didn't even look to see who it was. Just like stumbled to the door.
What do you want?
Basically, dude. Oh. Sorry to cut you off. You were saying something before all this dick shit.
Oh, so my cousin, well, it's my cousin's daughter.
Yeah.
She made Jake and I a card that said happy birthday, and it said, I looked at it, and it said happy birthday, Jake and Jose. She spelled my name Jose, which is funny to me because
Happy birthday, Jose!
Everybody thinks I'm Mexican now.
Really?
Or some kind of Hispanic.
Really?
Because, I shave my head and I grow a mustache. I guess I have,
Yeah, you're
somewhat darker skin.
Yeah, you're a tanner guy. I can see that, I guess.
And so I wasn't even offended because I'm so used to it because I look like a damn cholo anyways.
Yeah.
I might just Rachel Dolezal.
Oh yeah, you just
I identify as a Mexican now. That's what I should do.
Yeah. Let's open up a taco.
No, I'm white as fuck, but I identify as Mexican.
Yeah. Dude, Jose, that's funny as fuck. Hey, happy birthday, Jose.
Yes,
So drink up, man. It's your birthday, man. Thanks, 10-year-old cousin. Yeah.
So I thought that was funny.
That is pretty funny, man. But, dude, now that reminds. Okay, so we're listening to Fleetwood Mac Rumors. Also, what must be funny is to be the bassist of Fleetwood Mac and just be jamming away on bass, and then one day you're on stage and you realize, like, oh fuck, my wife wrote this song, and then you realize, oh shit, this is about our lighting guy.
Yeah, that would be weird.
Because that did happen to him, and that's a drag.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, like, basically, like, how shitty is that? What the fuck? She's like, decides like, I don't, and that's what's funny, the song too that she wrote about him is, You Make Loving Fun.
Really?
Yeah, and this is the one. This is the song, actually. It's about the fucking lighting guy for their band. She's married to the bassist.
Oh, it really is about the lighting.
Yeah.
No fucking way.
That's what's fucking crazy.
Dude, I had a girlfriend back in high school, and we dated for years. And she was like, a couple years, something like that. And we broke up a couple times.
Yeah.
And I remember one of her ways to like try to get back at me was like fucking the merch guy from the band. I'm just like, you fuck the merch guy?
Yeah. She's
What
like,
the
oh,
fuck?
totally.
You fuck the guy that sells the t-shirts.
Oh, I think I remember you telling me this story. Something about like, wasn't she like, I'm gonna have a whole band sleep at my house or something? And then you were like, like, okay, have fun sleeping with the whole band. I don't care. And then the next, like, you heard later, it's like, well, I slept with the merch guy. I hope you feel like a big man now. Like, you're just like,
And to be honest, it's like, I was pissed.
Actually, I'm relieved.
I was pissed. But I wasn't pissed because she fucked some guy. I was pissed that she fucked the merch guy.
Couldn't you have done better? The drummer, at least.
Yeah. The bassist, come on. Nobody wants to fuck the bassist.
Even the lighting guy would have been. This was the merch guy. I just picture like Jack Black in a small T-shirt. Like, how else can a merch guy look?
I know.
That's funny. Fuck. I was saying something too, and now I totally lost my fucking train of thought.
Shame on you, man.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, that was a pretty rocky relationship for me. Yeah. My relationships don't really end not rocky.
Really? Yeah, I don't.
They
I
don't.
think mine do either, honestly. You know, that's the
I'm
thing.
trying to think of the ones that.
I'm gonna end. That's what we were talking about the other day. I was like, "Oh, dude, Fleetwood Mac, we should do that album." And you're like, "Hell yeah!" Oh, but Stevie.
well.
But then you're like, "But Stevie Nicks is hot," which is kind of a cunt. I'm like, "Really? Why do you say that, man?" You're like, "I don't know. She's just a bitter bitch now. Never got married, never had kids, never did any of that." And I was like, man, that's probably gonna be me.
But it's like she just seems very cynical whenever you watch her talk about, listen to her talk about something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. That's the thing that she I feel like, I don't know. She was splitting up from Lindsey Buckingham at the beginning of the recording of this record, and he just was starting to go like insane. Like he had a long beard and like long hair.
About to join a cult?
No. That'd have been fucked up. But no, so all the guys in the band had that, and then one day he just like came in completely bald and no beard at all.
Really?
Went to the studio, they're like, "Oh, you shaved it all off?" Huh? He's like, "Yeah, just was in the shower and it just felt weird, so I just started fucking cutting it off, man." And shit like that, and you were just like, "Oh,
you alright, man?"
Yeah. And then they said he like started to record like weirdly, like he'd lay on the ground with like his face on the ground, like to sing. He put a microphone next to his head and sing that way, and they were just like,
what the fuck?
If this is really what you want to do. And then he'd record the same guitar riff for like 6 hours, and then he'd be like, "Fuck it, we're gonna scrap that song." And then he'd be like, we're paying for the studio.
Hey, good for her. I'm glad she dumped that guy.
Yeah. Okay. You were telling me that.
Oh yeah, Gianna Michaels.
Yeah.
Porn star did an AMA.
Yeah. I haven't read it. I haven't read it or pulled any of it up or anything, but I'm so excited. Like, you told me that, and that kind of shit just makes me so excited because it's like
I think we talked about it in one of the podcasts, like, did a shout out, like, do an AMA.
Yeah. I always suggest, please, if you're a porn star, do an AMA. But the good thing is, Gianna Michaels is like one of my favorites to watch. Or she is.
She's a classic.
Yeah, she's just one of the ones that have been around. And she just does. She's not even super hot. She just looks like a hot waitress or something you'd see somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, like someone's hot aunt or something. Like.
And off to you, man. I'll let you do the honors.
Hang on. I'm trying to find a good. Oh well, some guy asked her, "Do you ever watch your own scenes? Do you have a favorite one of the scenes you've done?" And she says, "Yes. Is it weird? I have 2 scenes that I've done that I watch and masturbate to because I remember how good it was." They say, "What scenes?" She says, "Probably one of these." Oh man. Throws a link right up there.
Shit.
All right, we gotta pull it.
Yeah,
up.
we have to. We can't not.
Yeah.
This show's not for kids, anyways.
Yeah, you know, if your kids are... Or,
Sorry,
you know what?
not sorry.
You know what? If your parents are in bed, this show's for you. But if you're the parent, of course, we wouldn't ever allow children to hear anything that we say. I don't know. She put a link to like realitykings.com. That's fucking
What is it? Just her holding a dick close to her mouth or something?
No, that's not her. It's just a link to a site you have to pay for. So
Oh, fuck that.
how do I go back on this? That's the thing too. It's like we talk about porn, so we try to look that up, and it fucks up your whole system. You're
I
looking
got
shit
it.
up.
I got it. It's a good song too, man.
Yeah. In fact,
This whole album's good.
Alright. Hold on. Now I'm just thrown off completely off track, and I have to track this scene down. Alright, so... Ah, fuck. You have to pay for it. That's what she's doing.
Yeah, that's
she's
she's doing. She's trying to get you. She's trying to make money.
Well, of the 50,000 times I've jacked
By the
off
way,
to her
that's
for free,
genius.
I probably owe her
Yeah.
at least a few bucks.
Do some research later.
Yeah.
You know.
Let's see. Would you ever do a scene with a fan if the amount of money was reasonable? Like, I'm prepared to offer you $1 bazillion. Would you do a scene with me? It would be like...
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I'm retired.
Shit,
but if you
I
could-
would fuck anybody for $1 bazillion.
She says, I'm retired, but if you would beat me in Halo one-on-one, then it's on.
Oh.
Dude, I'm gonna start training at fucking Halo. I'm gonna be the master of fucking Halo before you know it, dude.
Gotta buy an Xbox, man.
You know what's funny? We're talking about earlier the brutal scene in that movie. Like, it's funny how it's like I feel like you and I are the same but different in some ways, because it's like you're desensitized to like violence and stuff, but like
It really doesn't affect
But like the porn that you'll go for is still like pretty tame to my
Yeah,
standards.
for sure. I do
It's totally
tell, you
different.
know, because I get into like one type, even like one channel, because now it's like YouTube. So it's like they have all these channels, and I'll just stick with it for a while.
Yeah, that's what's funny. It's like porn now is just like 50 billion different YouTubers.
What do you like? We have 5,000
Yeah.
videos of it.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's like you're at the Gibraltar of porn.
It's funny too. It's like,
You need a keychain? We got 40,000 of them.
yeah,
All the same, but different.
Like, I always think it's so funny. It's like you're like, you'll show me a guy getting his head run over and just smushed by a truck, and I'll be like, dude, sick, and you're like, dude, that's crazy. And that's like, but I'll be watching some brutal ass porn, and you're just kind of like, yeah, like I put it on like some crazy like, oh, not brutal. I hate that shit. Like when there's like,
Yeah, it's just
when
some
it's like,
really
dude,
fucking.
who the fuck watches that, by the way?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, that's the thing is, like, I've just seen so much porn. It's not like I watch it for like, who the fuck's watching just, like, dudes just trying to kill you with their cocks? You know? Just trying to just fuck your face right off your body.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
Jesus.
Yeah.
And that's, like, that's funny, because that's
Some
the kind
people
of
get
shit-
off to it, man. Everybody's got their fucking weird fetishes, I guess.
That's,
Although I don't really have any weird fetishes. Like, I'm not into any, like... I like it when you stick paper clips in your ass. Anything like that. You know what I mean?
yeah, there's a disconnect.
I'm just...
There's a disconnect
like,
between...
Let's do this.
There's a disconnect between, like, porn and then the real world of how fucking really goes, you know? Because I think that might be why porn is dangerous in the long run, and why you probably should dial it back and not, you know, watch as much.
Oh, it does
or as
desensitize
crazy.
you, yeah.
You know what it is though? It's like the porn that I'm watching when I'm jacking off is not like that bad. It's just like pretty tame, your standard, some people fucking as like a visual aid to me jizzing.
Yeah.
But like after that, for some reason, I don't stop there. I just like, when I'm done, I just venture off into like, oh, look at this fucked up tab that's over here to the right, you know? Because it just beckons me in, and I watch it for a second like, oh, gross, and then I log off. But then I don't realize later on that's stuck in my head like, you've seen that,
Yeah.
you know?
It's buried deep in your psyche
Yeah.
now. Your
'Cause,
brain
like,
just locked
it's
it
like
away.
what I've done is like, it's like you jerk off and you come and you're like, ooh, that's over. And then it's like, well, click here if you want to see some really fucked up shit other dudes might jerk too. And then you do it and you're like,
Why did I do this? Yeah, honestly, I was surprised you didn't think that death scene was as brutal as I thought it was.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I don't know. I think it's the internet age that did it, man. It's like plus
You have anything
I've watched
that you
a
want
lot
to
of
see,
brutal
anything
movies.
that you like, even like just some nerves firing off in your brain. You're like, I'm gonna watch some fucked up shit, you know. And then you're like, oh, I wish I didn't watch that.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
it's too late.
It's almost
watched it. It's like that's part of you now.
It's
You know
almost
what
the
I mean?
tease of like, want to make myself feel bad, and then you watch the
Yeah.
thing and you're like, oh, why'd I do that?
Exactly.
I don't know, man. It's almost.
I feel like your brain just wants to get off.
Well,
somehow it just like wants to just get off.
Yeah, you need
You
it
know
to
what I
have
mean?
a crazy emotional.
Not
like-
even you just need to feel something all the time.
Well, that's
Whether
the
it's
thing.
fucking
So I'm
just,
saying,
oh,
like,
that's
it-
fucked
but
up,
in-
or
That's why the age of the internet is so like titillating.
yeah,
you know.
exactly.
But like that's what I mean. I've seen so many fucked up, crazy deaths that seeing that one honestly, and like knowing that you've seen at least as much, probably more crazy deaths than I've seen, and you're telling me like this is the worst thing I've ever seen, and like you were visibly shaken, you were pale, you had a
Dude,
blanket
it ruined
wrapped
my
around
day.
you.
A dark cloud just hovered over me for the rest of the day.
I mean, it was bad, but like I don't know, man.
Maybe it was because of the context. Like when I first saw it, I didn't know the context, so I had no fucking clue what was about to happen. And all of a sudden, this guy just gets dragged out, scalped, and fucking
Yeah.
cut in half by his dick. You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Yeah,
You know? Who are these people? Why is this happening?
Maybe totally out of context, and you didn't.
I
know
think
it was
that's what it was.
Like, 'cause I
the
saw-
second time it wasn't
like,
bad.
to me, it
wasn't
was-
as bad.
Well,
A,
here's the
because
thing.
I knew it was coming.
Well, here's the thing. To me, it wasn't as brutal because like those like savage Indian guys or whatever they were like almost removed to me as like being like they're savage dudes. You know, they're not like as civilized as these dudes that they're killing. Like which is why it's like the psychology of that kind of violence is what plays into it.
Yeah.
Like for example, like the opening scene of RoboCop. It's probably like always gonna be like the most disturbing scene I'll ever see in a movie.
I don't think that's the most disturbing one.
Because one, I saw it as a child.
So did I, but
And then also, not only was it the fact that it was blood and guts gory, it's like these guys don't give a fuck. They're just destroying this guy's like they don't care. It's fun to like for them to blow another human body apart and be like, yeah, sweet, you know. It's like
that is fucked up.
I don't know. I think that like that's what I can't get past about that scene, and what makes it still fucked up to me. It's like I still feel bad when I watch it. I'm like, dude.
I don't feel that bad.
I mean,
like I feel bad when he gets shot in the dick like 6 times.
Oh, that's a different guy though. Yeah, that's what's crazy about that scene.
Oh, you're talking about Murphy. Yeah, that is. They both are fucked up.
No, I'm talking. Yeah, definitely about Murphy. The other guy's getting killed by a robot. It's like getting killed by a machine is not.
Yeah.
Which is also a brutal scene. It's like if you watch the director's cut.
Well, it's like I think Murphy took a few to the dick.
I mean, he got shot everywhere, so yeah. But like, I don't know. When you watch the director's cut scene of that guy getting killed by the Ed 209 in that office, it's like
it goes on forever.
In the director's cut version, he gets shot like 50 times in the chest and falls onto a table, and you're like, fuck. Maybe he'll make it, and then the thing keeps shooting, and when he's laying on the table, it hits him in the fucking balls like 37 billion times, and you're like, he's a goner, man.
For sure. Yeah, but when Murphy was murdered, you're just like, that's fucked up.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. Is like he was getting killed by other human beings just mercilessly.
Yeah, he got his hand shot off.
Yeah.
It just disintegrated.
That's why they went total body prosthesis, man.
Yeah. Makes sense now.
Which is why he was so bitter as a robot. They couldn't save his cock.
Yeah. Thought we agreed on total body prosthesis. Lose the dick.
We're gonna blank his memory anyway. Like even in the shitty remake, there's a scene where he's like, "Get me out of this robot suit, make me human again." And they're like, there's not much left of you. He's like, "I don't care, do it." They do it, and it's like just his head and
put it back.
It's like a
No, just put me back together.
Yeah. It's just like his hand, his lungs, and his head on like a pedestal. It's like if there was one more pedestal raised up with his dick and balls, he'd be like, "Man, this isn't so bad."
Yeah, he's just like he's a head, lungs, and a hand, and just like something comes up.
At that point, he's like, yeah. His dick raises up. He's like, "Oh, thank God." He's like, "This isn't so bad. I think I'm gonna be all right." But like the fact that didn't happen, he was like, "No."
Yes. That sucked.
Dude, you have to at least have some idea in your head of like what some of the attractive female musicians at the top of your list are. So I'm gonna tell you, I always liked
Like, are we talking like
any man.
any ever?
Yeah.
That's fine. He's up there.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you, when I was a kid, two of them. One, Shirley Manson from that band Garbage.
Yeah, she's cute.
I always thought she's just a tiny little redhead lady. I thought she was
Yeah.
sexy.
The bassist from The Devil Makes Three when we saw them was
Oh.
really pretty to me.
Yeah, she was, man, for sure.
Oh yeah. She's cute.
I always thought so.
Yeah.
Shirley Manson. She's older now, but she still actually looks pretty good.
The chick from Dead Sarah is really hot.
Yeah, she is.
Emily Armstrong. Yeah, she's cutie.
Isn't there? Oh. Well,
Is that it?
I was gonna say something, but
Glad we did that Gianna Michaels AMA.
yeah. Oh, sorry about that, guys. You know what? Read it for yourselves.
Yeah. It's
but-
probably better that way.
But first, if you can, watch a video of her railing a black guy, because that's actually what her talent is. So if you want some, if you want to know what kind of medium her art flies into, that's what you got to see.
I'm gonna watch it later.
All right.
See you guys.
He does appreciate fine art. All right. Take it easy, guys.